Hey guys, I'm out here today. It's gorgeous outside, and so I thought it would be a great chance to work on my landscaping. This was part of the garden cleanup challenge that I did in March that I have not gotten to on my own yard yet. So I was going to show you a couple tricks that I have for fluffing up mulch. A lot of times when you put mulch down after about a year, it looks really sun faded and compact. You might start seeing sprinkler drip tubing come up between it. And things like that. It just looks kind of tattered. And a great way to save money is to fluff your mulch before you buy more to put on top. Like, yes, you can just throw mulch on top and that's fine, but I'm going to show you what tool I use. I don't know if it's really meant for mulch, but it works out great for it, to fluff up my mulch and show you what a difference it makes. So give me a second and I will show you what I use. Okay, Caleb's got my tool. He's going to come over here. Right here, Caleb. Right here. This little tiller thing, hand tiller, you can see my mulch is really faded and compact. And by just rubbing this tiller over the top, it really just helps break up the mulch and lift it up and fluff it. Keep going, Caleb. And it really gets it nice and fluffy again in just a few minutes. I also like the fact that it's only about, I would say 8 to 10 inches across. And because it's so narrow, it's really easy to get in between plants. A lot of times if you're using a rake, and if you've got your plants planted close together, the rake has a hard time getting between them. But when you've got this little tiller here, this is called, they call it the garden weasel cultivator. So anyways, rotator. So anyways, but that is what I use to fluff up the mulch. And so I'll kind of show you a before and then after, but it is a fantastic little tool to get up between plants and get that mulch fluffed up so it's looking great. And then you only have to add about, like instead of adding 3 bags of mulch to an area, you might only have to add just a tiny bit of fresh mulch to the top just to make it look nice and top off narrow area that I'm going to show you the before and after. So this is what this flower bed was looking kind of like this before. You can see all of the tubing sticking up. The mulch is very faded, not very nice looking. I have a couple plants that really got smoked by that freeze that we had this winter. So anyways, you can see this needs to be fluffed. And this is the same amount of mulch over here, but using that cultivator, you can see that I was able to get it all fluffed up. I'll probably still add a little bit of mulch to it, but you can see how much nicer it already looks. All right, so another thing I use are these little gardening landscape spikes to hold down any drip tubing that's sticking up, that's moving around a lot. I just stick one of these. I push the drip tubing down into the mulch and then use one of these to stake it down in place so that it stays put a lot better. So all that drip tubing you're seeing sticking up, if it's really loose and flopping up and getting in the way, I just use these little stakes to poke it in to get it smooth. So anyways, that's what I'm working on today. If you are getting the itch to plant something in your flower bed, I have a couple of things for you. First of all, I have a flower bed planting kit. And what that includes is the grid paper that you can use to draw out your flower bed. What else do I have in there? I have some planting sheets to help you think through what plants you want to use, things like that. And it's been super helpful in helping you visualize your flower bed before you just start sticking stuff in the ground. That way you're planting the right things in the right places and the right spacing apart, because sometimes you get plants and they're really tiny and they look great, and then you give them a few years and they expand to their full grown size and they're way too big for your area, or maybe they're way too small. So the flower bed planting kit is so helpful. It's basically what I use all the time when I'm planting out any flower bed, and you can reuse it. They're sheets that you can print out and use over and over again. The second thing I have that includes the flower bed planting kit is my 5 Steps to Simply Beautiful Gardening course. It's a little mini course. Each video is only about 3 to 5 minutes long, so you really don't have to spend a whole lot of time watching videos and learning, but it's going to give you all of the steps that I use to take a flower bed from nothing at all to a flower bed that's planned out and planted and all that good stuff. So I would highly recommend you using that if you don't know what to do or where to begin, if you don't know what plants to use, if you don't know how to pair them together, if you don't know how to get your area ready. I've got tips for all of that stuff. So it's an awesome course. It's so much value to it. But really, if you sat down and watched all the videos at once, it would only take you maybe an hour maximum. So it's not going to take a lot of time, but it's got a lot of value. And yes, you can have other people like plan out, like I know they have resources where they say, hey, we'll plan out your flower bed for you, and you can pay, I don't know, like $100 or something, and they'll plan out your flower bed for you. But when you use my course, the good thing about it is, number one, you learn how to do it yourself. So no matter what you need to, what flower bed you need to use or plan, like say you move, or you have another area of your yard you want to add a landscape to, you don't have to shell out that money every time for somebody to plant it for you. You have the knowledge and the skills that you need, so you could just do it yourself. And the second thing it does is it lets you choose the plants that are available to you in your area. A lot of times they'll mail you plants, but those plants, while they might be rated for your area, they may not do as well. But it gives you the freedom to go to your local garden center, go to your local home improvement store, find plants that you love and buy those and use those in your flower bed. So those are two things that it does for you that you would not get if you had somebody planting it for you. And it's just been immensely helpful to me. All the knowledge that I've gained, I'm sharing with you. So check it out. I will post some links, and check out the flower bed planting kit if maybe you already kind of know what you want to do and you just need some organization, somewhere to write it down in a really neat and methodical way. It helps you have plant lists and all that stuff. Or the kit or the course that will help you take your flower bed from looking really sparse or scary or neglected to beautiful with a low maintenance flower bed that you can enjoy for many years to come. So check those two out. Hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you later.